Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Baptized and Clueless. I'm your host, Yusuf. I'm joined here with my co-host, Michelle Edie. Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Yes.
Wesley, my other co-host, is here as well. Wesley, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Happy New Year to everyone.
Awesome. This is a great new year because it's a new beginning.
Yeah.
New beginning of a lot of positive things and, the usual things like taxes and so forth.
Oh man.
Depending on where you live. But I'm happy to bring the new year because it does bring, new hope for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like to make fun of it, like on January 1st, I'm just like, it's just 2025 plus one extra year. One extra day. It's like, it's not really that different, is it? But, this shows you just how great the mindset is. If you take on new things with a new perspective, you take on a lot of great things. So with that in mind, real quickly before we jump into our topic, like, what's one thing you said you're going to try and do this year, Michelle?
I don't do resolutions. I'm laughing because I don't do resolutions.
No.
But I say this because I actually had an experience with God in 2025 where He told me exactly what the next few years was going to look like. And it's so powerful because exactly as I heard from God about what 2025 was going to look like, and He told me what 2026 is going to look like, literally weeks before 2026 came, everything that I heard from the Lord started to just put itself into motion.
Oh, wow.
And so I say that to say I don't have one particular thing, but the main thing is to continue to stay quiet and spend time with God, to be able to hear His voice with clarity. And I think that's my word for this year right now is going to be like sitting in His clarity.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I don't think I got a word yet, so I'm cool. Wesley, what's anything
Like
focus on this year?
Yeah, so for me, like I would say that I've always had that one goal every year, and that is to, be able to spend more time getting in God's word and stuff like that. But, for this year, I think what I want to do more of is just, just be able to be more consistent in the things I do, be more productive. And so, yeah, cause, I felt like, and not all of, but like most of 2025 for me, there's been a lot of things that I have been, procrastinating on and pushing back. And so now I know that now is the time to, if I don't want 2026 to be just like 2025, I know I have to like be more consistent,
Yeah. And that's on you, right? That's the thing. It's something
Yeah.
that's in your control. That's the good part about it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, for myself, I want to tie it into the topic.
Yeah.
So when I don't want to do anymore, I want to stop ignoring his invites.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and only want the cake.
that's powerful.
Yeah.
It's what we do. God is so gracious and so good to us individually and collectively on a regular basis without fail. That doesn't mean that things don't happen in life that you don't want, but He's always there. And sometimes He'll put us through or allow us to go through some difficult times, or He'll call us to come to Him for a particular reason, and we're just like not wanting to invite because we see the difficulty.
Yeah.
Right.
But sometimes He lets us know what the end result's going to be, and that's where we want to reach. And we just want that piece of cake.
Sure.
He's taken the time to
Sure.
done all this presentation for millennia, and He's just like writing on invitation cards, sending out to everyone, come to my party. There's gonna be cake.
I like that. Come to my party. I love that.
And everybody's like, "There's cake." Forget that He wrote on the invitation that there's gonna be a sermon. I'm gonna really purge you, make sure that you're cleansed. Come as you are. It's okay. I got you. Everyone's like, "So what kind of cake? Is this marble? Is this red velvet?"
Yusuf, I think you should give clarity on what you mean about cake.
Well, cake is the end result.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The end result of what we really want, as I was pointing out. Like at the end of his invite, he's invited to something bigger, right? Jesus invited those who are thirsty to come and drink from his well that will never be ending. To feed off his bread. At the end of the day, he's giving us peace.
Yeah.
A lot of us want that peace. A lot of us want whatever the benefit may be at the end of certain roads that he has us on. But no one wants to travel that road. The invitation's there and he's letting you know, come with me. And I'll see you through all this stuff. At the end, it's going to be reward. And let's face it, a lot of times we just don't have the stamina. We don't have the fleshly control to be like, you know what, flesh, I'm going to subdue you and I'm going to go through this difficult time. Like, who wants to go through difficulty?
No.
Right.
But it all starts with his invite. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be this big trial of an invite. It could be the smallest thing. Like,
it could.
Keep your mouth shut and don't say what you're going to say to this person.
Yeah. You're right.
And then you end up
all I can think of right now is this analogy. All I can think of right now is this analogy of someone passing me the recipe for a cake and me going, yeah, I really want to eat that cake, but I don't want to get up from here. I'm too comfortable right now.
Exactly.
That sounds like a lot of work to go break those eggs, separate the yolks, to go, you know, find the flour and get out the mixer. I don't know. This sounds like a lot of work, but I still want that cake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right? I mean, there is a biblical story, and I was trying to rack my brain on where it's located. The one where there's an actual party invitation, and all the people that were invited were pretty much like the nobles, and they didn't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know the exact story, but, you know,
the explanation for that. But we're so real.
It's no joke.
But yeah, and then he ends up inviting all the people who normally wouldn't be invited.
Yeah, the people he told all his servants to go get the people from the highways and the byways. Yeah.
He even got them clothes.
Yeah.
Got everybody ready. And I mean, let's bring it back to the Lord himself. He sets us up for success.
Oh gosh, yes.
And we can almost do everything impossible not to have that.
Yeah.
We don't want to start baking.
We don't start baking. He's telling us how to do this cake the way we want it, the way we like it. But it's like, you just got to go get the ingredients. Like, get the ingredients. Call me when it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Dang.
Let me hear the Betty Crocker oven go ding. That's when I want to show up. That's when I want to show up.
Let me help you taste test. Quality assurance.
Exactly. It's funny. I'm thinking about it and I was like, you know, that same story we're talking about that was so poorly butchered. That's why I was trying to remember where it came from. Aaron's gonna hear this and tell me. But
yeah.
Isn't there a children's story based off that as well? Where I don't know what the character was that was baking. Maybe not knowing any baking stories. The character was asking all the farm animals, "Would you help with so and so baking a cake?" And nobody wanted to bake. Nobody wanted to give the ingredients. No one wanted to help out. But as soon as it was done, they're all coming.
Everyone
and available, right? And as I said that
sounds so familiar.
I just realized there's also Snoop Dogg made that reference.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. So
everybody's got their cup when they ain't pitched in.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, he's a human being. Whether he's walking right or not, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's so true. So many people want the end result of things, but they don't want to do the work to get there.
Yeah.
And the work starts by God has an open invitation to everybody, and he calls to everyone. I mean, the nerve of us having him call for us.
Right. And here's the funny thing is that when he invites us to come and bake this cake, and we're resistant. The funny thing is, if we really do get up and do the due diligence that it takes to get to the end result, not only do we start liking it, but we want to teach others how to bake this cake. And that's right there what God calls for is the discipleship of others.
Snap them fingers.
No.
So true.
We would get out of our comfort zone.
You're right.
We would be doing exactly what God has called us to do, which is to make disciples of people. We'd be saying, hey, oh my gosh, I had so much fun making this cake. This was my process. I'd love to show you. And someone else doesn't want to get out of their comfort zone too, but then you show them how to bake this cake and they go, wow, that was kind of fun. Actually, we should do a community group project of doing this cake.
Yeah.
And it starts to grow. And I say that to say, because even in my own life, this season, actually, this Christmas holidays was beautiful because a family member of mine who I never ever expected to say, hey, you know, I'm actually really starting to look at following Jesus. I'm really starting to like head church. And I was so proud of them.
Oh
Because I
Man.
never expected to hear that from them, of all people.
Yeah.
But to hear them saying that, it encouraged me to say, hey, how can I contribute to their growth in learning about God? Because that was my experience too. I grew up in the church my whole life, but I never owned it for myself. And that was what my family member has said, the same thing. It's like, I grew up around Christianity all my life, but I never owned it. And now I just I'm hungry to own it. I'm hungry to want to bask in it. And it came from one of their friends saying to them, hey, like, why don't you start to lean in a little bit more?
Right.
And there was a lot of resistance on their part. But when they finally decided, you know what, I'm not going to resist anymore, I'm going to give it a try, they're enjoying it. And then I come along and maybe I can add some piece that they're going to help to enjoy that process too. Maybe someone else will come along and add another little piece that'll help them to enjoy that process. And this is how we make disciples. And I think when we sit in, not I think, I know, when we sit in our comfort zone, we are literally saying yes to the enemy.
Yeah.
And we don't even realize it.
And nobody likes to hear that part.
Yeah.
No one wants to be the devil's hand.
Right.
But disobedience is the devil's playbook. That's how he got the title the devil.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But you're right. When we do experience the process and we see the end results, that we are receiving this precious reward from God, whether it be peace of mind, whether it be a change of heart, whether it be a different walk with Him, we want to share that with other people.
Yeah.
And sometimes, sometimes we get a little overzealous and we share it the wrong way, but we're trying to share, and that's what really counts, right? They call them Bible thumpers, but really and truly, they're trying to, for the most part, share the good news. Some of them are getting judgmental, but at the end of the day, they're trying to share the good news, and it's really good news, but people don't seem to understand the process to get to the end results. Nobody wants to go through it, and the process actually, I was saying to someone in the chat, but the process is actually where all the gems are.
Yes.
The end results is great, right? I mean, you can give a man fish or you can teach him how to fish. The process is teaching us how to fish.
Yeah.
Because we're going to run out of fish again, but we know the process to go and get more fish. If I can only get fish by going to Wesley's house, knocking, and he gives it to me, what if Wesley's not home one day? He's on vacation. Right? Like, the process teaches us how to continue to walk with God in these difficult times. The process teaches us who to lean on. The process teaches us what the truth is and what the lie is. And by escaping the process, we miss a lot of what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to go about it. And when we do that, we can't disciple anybody else.
No.
We can't share with anyone else. I've heard people who are trying to walk with God and they're trying to, as best as they could, they're talking about their frustration and anger, but they're also trying to mix what the secular world solution would be in the Christian conversation. It's like, no, the two don't mix. That's oil and water.
Yeah.
And that's because they haven't submitted themselves, not because we're going to always explain it perfect. Like, trust me, I listen to someone shows back, I'm like, good Lord, what did I just say? But there's a difference of just like, you're talking out of your complete ignorance to submitting to God, because at the end of the day, you're just still angry about this thing and you're going about it in a secular way. And so you can never disciple anyone that's trying to find God that way.
Right.
And so it's important not to skip any process. Can you imagine skipping the process of putting together a party? You got all this lavish stuff there going on and whatnot. You forgot to get the cake and the food. You went ahead and got all this food done, but the power hasn't been paid in the household. Like,
oh gosh,
the process is a process. Every step is important to everything. You got your guests, You've got your food menu, you got your location, you've got your music, you've got your decorations.
Yeah.
You gave people enough advance notice. You have enough money to pay for the stuff. Like, it's a process for every little thing in life. And sometimes we just want to jump ahead to the end results. Now, if anyone's being confused with the whole switch backwards between parties, cake, and salvation, come on, people, stick with it. But at the end of the day, it's like God has invited us so many times. And as much as we talk about the right things to do, we, and on this podcast, we've all ignored the call at some time or other in our life, several times, sometimes multiple times in a week.
Thank you for that honesty. I was about to interject and say, sometimes. Shoot, I think it's more often than not for me, if I'm being really
What time
honest.
is it right now? I think I just did like 10 minutes before we started recording.
How many times have I done that today is the question.
We have done it so many times, but the difference too is that a lot of those people don't recognize they've done it. Is key.
Yeah.
They only recognize if they feel God's not there. He's there. You're the one that's not there.
And they recognize it when it's like they're asking for something and they're frustrated that they're not getting what it is that they've asked for. But if we really want to be honest with ourselves, when we, in our quiet moments, God told us exactly what he required of us. And we said, no, God, but I still need the cake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our actions, even if our words did not say it, if our words said, yeah, you're right, God, yes, 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 but then we did nothing with it. And then we're like, God, where's the cake? Like, that's a big part of delay too. And I think we need to like acknowledge how much we create the delay and we blame God for the delay in our lives. And it's not God, it's us. He said, here is my command, here is my instructions, here is my word. Are you hearing my voice? And we go, oh, yeah, I heard that. Okay, that's what you need of me? Bet, God. I know this is not exactly what the conversation looks like with God, but that's what we're basically saying. We're going, okay, God, bet. And then we go, oh, look at what's on TV. Oh, look, there's a party tomorrow. Oh, look, there's and we get distracted. And sometimes it's not even bad distractions. It can even be good distractions. It's like, oh, we're in school, so now we're just so focused on school that we're ignoring the call that God has made to us. And that's the thing is the enemy doesn't work always with bad things, and that's what we forget.
He doesn't care how
the enemy is quick to work with the things that he's like, oh, he's a good student, no problem. Let's become an excellent student and forget that God had put you on assignment for something. Now become excellent with your studies and watch the rest of your life fall away. And you can't understand why it happened. There's this delay that's happened because he's saying, here's the path I want you to take. And we go, okay, God, and we do nothing with it. And then we look back at the clock and say, it's been 3 months. It's been 6 months, God. I know you made a promise to me. And he's like, I did. What did you do with it? I did. What did you do with the words I gave you, the things I told you? You didn't move. You didn't do it. And I'm guilty. I'm speaking this not because I can point a finger at other people who have done this. This is my life on a regular. But I appreciate being aware because my awareness always goes, hey, Michelle, you know what? There was something that you were supposed to have gotten done and you're complaining about the timeline, but let's go back and check on yourself and see, where did you miss the mark?
See that?
Okay.
That explains
That
explains the patience of God. He's willing to wait on us.
100%. And he's not going to move forward until he's patient with us. He's like, okay, that delay that I'm giving you, it's just me being patient with you until you figure out how to move and follow my voice.
Yeah.
The Bible, thanks to King James, was a very confusing language, but he's pretty straightforward. God's pretty straightforward with what he says. And if you just take the time to read, and trust me, and I'm not saying off your first read you're going to understand everything, but that's why he wants to say this word, because he wants you to understand who he is at all times.
Right.
And when you understand who he is, you understand his voice, which is not the way your voice sounds. Iffy, unsure, doubtful. It's not a voice that sounds completely opposite. Trickster, negative, fueling anger, fueling jealousy or ambition, feeling anything over God, like that's obviously not God's ways.
Mm.
And the lack of discipline that we have is been our downfall from day one. Don't eat the fruit day one. You know what I mean? And it's the reason why when he does invite us, we're like, I know if I do this, I'm gonna have to continue doing this good thing. If I do that, what if that person asks for more? If I start showing up this way, what if they start using me for it? Forgetting that God does good things for us all the time, and he could look at us like we're using him. And he doesn't.
Yeah.
He delights. He delights in things he gets to do for us, and he wants us to delight in him. And we just miss the mark all the time with that stuff. I don't know why. Matthew 11:28, one of the many times Jesus is asking or telling people to come to him. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." People want that rest without coming to him.
And we tend to confuse that scripture, because when it's talking about rest, we always think about like, sleep, like actual sleeping. And it could refer to that too, but I believe that what God is saying is like he'll give you rest for your soul, rest for your spirit.
Rest for your
Because
mind.
yeah. And I mean, that's one thing I always, confused, always thought when it talked about rest, I always thought talked about sleep. But then, I ended up realizing that it was talking about like spiritual rest, rest for your soul. Because yeah, we take on a lot through life, and it's because of our own wrongdoing sometimes. Well, not even sometimes, most of the time.
Yeah. Just our choices, right? Our choices
Yeah.
burden us half the times. Life is
Yeah.
difficult, but did you see your reaction to this? Did you see your response to that?
Yeah.
Why would you do this after that? Like, sometimes you just make things so much worse.
Yeah. And going back to what you said about the process, Yusuf, it had me thinking about how, like, this is why God is so good, because he wants to make us go through that process, because he knows that if he gives us the end result or the blessings that he has for us right now, he knows that we'll just either misuse it, or we won't even be ready for it, and we'll harm ourselves. And so that's why God is willing to take us through that process. And everyone's process is not the same.
Exactly.
Some people's process might be faster than others, but it all has the same end result, at the end. And we all know that end result is just to give God glory, in whatever it is that we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about the whole thing. It's just like you look back at your path itself, riddled with a lot of ignored callings. And,
How many missed calls do I got?
Missed call. That's a good one.
That's a great one. Yo, missed
calls for my ass retitled.
And when you miss the call, you call back or pretend like they never called.
Dang. Yeah.
People call
we ghost Jesus.
But you're right. We have.
Yeah.
Let's not act like we haven't ghosted him.
We have. But we're all sitting here today because we picked up the phone that time.
Yeah.
Invite.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
Even if it was a delay.
Yeah, we got to come to his invitation. We got to pick up that call, and he hadn't hung up on us, and he didn't even start the party.
Yeah.
Even though we're not exactly the best guests.
I love how we're full of metaphors today about missed calls and
Metaphors are the best.
Yeah. Oh man.
Shout out to Michael Todd.
Shout out to Michael Todd.
Oh man, that guy's got metaphors galore.
Yeah, he does.
he does actually. I've listened to him a few times. You're right.
You can't tell me you don't understand what he's telling you, because he's explaining to you in such a way that you got to get the picture.
You got to get it, yeah.
You have to get it.
Like if you don't get it, then I don't know what to say.
You're just not trying. You're just not trying.
Like it's like It's like he gives us that elementary teaching.
Yeah, pretty much. Not to get off topic, but one of the first ones he did that I really went, what is going on? Is when he was in the boat with the water.
Oh yeah.
I only laugh because there's only so many people can be like, I'm still sticking with this guy because what he's saying makes sense. And then some people just see that scene and they're out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like, you know what? It's a process.
Yeah.
Guess what? That has allowed a lot of people to get saved, a lot of people to come to God and get to know Him.
Yeah.
They not be at that church or through Him anymore, but they found Him either way.
Yeah.
So I mean, that process that God puts us through, it's not the same for everyone. But just as He's called to call people, so are you, Wesley. So are you, Michelle. So am I.
Yeah.
We don't all have to have a stage. We're not all supposed to get a stage.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I truly believe the Holy Spirit was encouraging us to use these simplified analogies today on the podcast, just because I think that there's someone who's going to hear it, and to take something that we typically put on this altar that's so holy and unreachable, the relationship with God, and be able to simplify it down to analogies like missed calls and cake.
Mm-hmm.
There is something powerful about that. Someone who has never been a follower of Christ,
Yeah.
to realize that it's not out of reach, and even us who are walking the path, and aiming to be on the path of obedience, not just followers, but to be on that path of obedience. Really, just that simple as these silly analogies, but it's about us transforming our daily actions to be in alignment with His Word, to be in alignment with what He has called us to do. And at the end of the day, it's not out of our reach. It's really just that simple. But sometimes, like I said earlier, sometimes the enemy makes things seem so out of reach.
That's a lie.
For us.
Yep, that's a lie.
Yeah.
And complicates things, or hits us in ways that impact the things that we don't see as bad.
Right.
Just to kind of get us distracted. But we're new on that path of hoping that we're going to follow, not hoping that we're going to follow God now. And we want to learn what this life is like, that it's not complicated. It's actually just that simple as saying, He is handing you the recipe card. Here's the recipe for salvation. And if you decide to take a day to make that cake, if you decide to take a year to make that cake, and if you decide to take 6 years to make that cake, the recipe doesn't change.
No.
Right.
The only thing that changes is how diligent are you on following the recipe.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And as you put it to that analogy, with the time frame, for those who, and it's not a race, of course, but for those who do get to finish, they just get the reward sooner. That's all.
Right.
Because they understood how to follow the instructions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Part of it. But it's like, the fear that we have in a lot of things, and it's funny how we have a society that's so ambitious to go 8 years to become, a lawyer, a doctor, a judge, whatever it may be, but won't take a year out to like learn to get close to God. Won't take a year out to read the Bible. They read all the Stephen King books though.
Right.
They got all that down packed. They can tell you how the angles of the cameras for certain horror movies are done. It's all about what we find interesting. And for whatever reason, society's done a good job to try and tell you that the Lord is boring. Far from it. Like I'm reading.
So far from it.
Yeah. I'm reading the Bible, just the Old Testimony through the Bible Project. And trust me, Genesis is like, man, I don't want to go through those names.
Yeah.
I don't know how much kids they got. But after all these years, I'm finally like, this is exciting. I've heard bullshit that before about Genesis. I'm like, man, I don't want to go through that process.
Yeah.
I'm going through the process. And I was reading, what are we on? We're on day 6, day 7. Yeah, we're on day 7, I think. Anyways, read it, and I think we're on chapter 18. And where it stopped, I was like, no, I need to find out. I turned the page to kind of find out what's going on tomorrow because I couldn't wait. I've done that with the Bible before.
Yeah.
It's just this year it's been happening. And I mean, this year as in like the end of last year to this year.
Right.
The habit's been there because Wes and I got into I almost feel like calling it a book club.
Yeah.
The person leading it, he put us to a task of completing a chapter a day, kind of thing. Now, for all those who are avid readers, bravo for you. This is not for you. For all those who've been too busy in life to really pick up an interest in certain books, like they only pick up books that are gonna, help them right now, this moment with a problem that's right in front of them. But instead, this is like a book that you learn that process with those books that we read. Helped me, because I was, we're reading the Bible same time, different Bible plans and different books in the Bible. But now it's like, okay, I understand it. Like there's more to it than just this. What did you read today and complete? Now the story, and I'm like, oh man. Abraham wasn't that polished.
Right. Thank you.
And now lots of widow, and no one talks about that. Right? I'm like, I was on the part
funny,
where
it's like, that. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was on the part where, the three visitors came to Abraham, and he fed them. And I'm like reading it. I'm like, three visitors. Who are they? And God was there too. I said, "Whoa, which three visitors are these that can have God at the same time with Moses here? I mean, not Moses, with Abraham here. That makes sense." Turn the page. Oh, the angels. Gotcha. But I was interested in it, and now I'm enjoying the process of learning the word. And I see why people read the Bible each year. I see why they don't just stop at one time and put it down, because it's not a Stephen King book.
No. It's way better.
Oh, no comparison. It keeps teaching and keeps showing, because the process is learning. Never said learned. You learned the Bible while you were done.
No.
Learning
Revelation too. Learning and revelation. It uncovers layers. One of the things I know, we had talked about this. This was my first time ever reading the Bible in chronological order. And I think I started in May, and I've had months and weeks that I'm really intentional and like super into it. And some weeks and days I'm not so polished at it.
Yeah.
But I got a point in my life where I'm excited to pick it up. Like I'm upset with myself when it's been 2 or 3 days and I haven't read the Bible. Like it becomes a story. And I mean it to say, like, one of the things that I recognized for myself was, at first I struggled with it and I had to like watch YouTube videos on Genesis and Exodus to help me kind of get into the stories and into the consistency of reading it. And then I got to a point where I'm like, yo, I can't stop turning the pages. And now I think I just started on First Kings now. And I'm at the point where it's like, I love and genuinely enjoy reading it better than a Stephen King novel. Like I'm really engaged in it. But it's also one of the things I've recognized is because I had this, maybe it's because I grew up Catholic, excuse the Catholics out here, but there was this reverence I had for the book. Seriously, I had this reverence for the Holy Bible, where it's like you have to hold it correctly. You can't place it underneath of that. You can't place it on that. And now I'm in relationship with it. It's like, yo, this is a story about life. There is everything from exile to rape to things that are happening every single day in our lives here, and we need clarity and understanding about it. It's already been written.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a principle behind it that's already been written. So now I'm excited to change the pages, not just because the physical words are interesting, because the context is deeper, and I'm seeing it every single time that I open the Bible. And the way that I looked at the Bible 7-8 months ago is not the way that I look at it today. And I can't begin to tell you how excited I am to see how I see the Bible in a year.
Yeah, exactly. It's the process. This is the process. We've been invited to get to know him from the minute we said yes. And this is the process. And it could be 15 years ago, it could be 10 years ago, it could be 5 years ago. Time doesn't matter. The process is the process for him.
And I also see that process also being where it's like, I remember there was a time where I could even get through a chapter, and now I'm here, and now I could get through 2 chapters, 3 chapters, 4 chapters. I could get through a lot of those chapters, and it's like it's a good like when you see the process you have made, no matter how long it's been, for you to get there, like it is something good to see, and it gives you that extra motivation to keep going, see how much more process you can do.
Mm-hmm. That's what's it. I mean, it's wonderful, and the whole point is that you read His word, you hear His word, you study His word,
Yeah.
you memorize His words, you start putting your word in His heart, and then there's people out there who can memorize the Bible like nobody's business. But I wouldn't want to memorize and not live, because living is part of the process.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
That's what happened with the Pharisees. They knew all the scriptures, but they didn't live it right.
They didn't live it, and they obviously didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And they were above rebuke, because no one could tell them that, no, you got it wrong.
Right.
Jesus came and told them, like, this guy, what's he talking about?
Yeah. They let that they had that extreme pride.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go back to the beginning. It's at the end of the day, it's because we just don't want what the invite really means.
Yeah.
It means you've got to put in the work.
Yeah.
It means you have to submit. It means you have to let go of whatever ideas or things that you prioritized before. You've got to let it go. The thing with the term "let it go," those few words, we think there's really 4 words. It's let it go. Didn't say let it go now. And so because no one wants to go through the process of feeling guilty, feeling shame, which in truth is really supposed to be just conviction. The enemy gives guilt and shame. But we're supposed to just feel convicted so that we don't feel condemned.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, that let it go has held people back. Because I know it held me back for a while. Until I was in church, and all I heard was, if not now, when?
Yeah.
And I stepped forward. Because it's like, yeah, I could say the same thing next week. Which I was probably saying prior weeks before that as well. So, but it had to start somewhere. If I didn't start there, my fear of letting things go, I would have been living in it. I've got friends now who are still living in it.
Yeah. There's still things in my life that I know God wants me to let it go too. Yeah. We all have those things. We all have those areas in our lives where, God's asking for it and we have a hard time letting it go.
Yeah. And sometimes it's moment by moment. Like,
Yeah.
you want to get angry, he's like, let it go.
Yeah.
You want to be petty, he's like, let it go.
Sometimes, and the thing is, sometimes it could be that little thing. It doesn't have to be a major thing. It could be a little thing. Yeah.
It's a little things that are hard.
Yeah, it could be that food that God's saying, yeah, you gotta just let it go, man. You gotta just let it go.
It's easier to stop stealing because it's so obvious than to stop lying.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to stop lying than for some people who have an eating problem, which is
Yeah.
Can you say that a little louder for the people in the back? That was out.
Put a tape on it, man. Stop eating so much. It's the little things that we ignore because we coin them as little things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disobedience has no size. Whether it's little or small, it's the same disobedience.
Yeah.
It's the same disobedience. I was watching Tim Ross cut the basement's back. Woo!
Yeah.
Well, if he's back in the basement, at least that's what counts. And because I don't know if he really left. I think they're still playing old recordings. But anyways, he had a guest on who used to be a disciple of his, someone that he was teaching, that was taught under him. And anyways, her story was just, my gosh. And she's a athlete growing up, so she takes care of her body and everything like that. And I've heard it so many times. It's like, take care of your temple. It's one of God's business. And taking care of the temple has a process, right? as much as I want to complain about how the foods are messed with these days and you can't get nothing real, blah, 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 that's no reason to go eat at Wendy's 3 times in a week. Not that I do. I cut Wendy's a long time ago. Me and her are divorced. But there's no need for, you know, whatever chicken place you got that has it cheap on Tuesdays. There's no need to indulge in those things because you can take care of your body much better. But
Yeah.
the process is saying no to the flesh. That's part of the process that we don't want to let go of.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just the foods, like denying the flesh.
Denying the flesh. Yeah.
The last few minutes. No, the last few minutes of us talking, my spirit has just been repeating the word surrender. And what you said right there is so true. It's like we just need to surrender to his invitation.
Yeah.
And allow that process to unfold. We don't have to control it. We don't have to know everything that it's going to look like. We don't have to know exactly what that outcome's going to look like. We don't have to know the timeline. We just need to truly, authentically surrender ourselves to his invitation.
Yeah.
And say, God, I don't know what this recipe is supposed to truly look like. I've never had the finished product, to be honest.
Right.
So I'm not actually sure how to do this.
It's my first time.
But I surrender. Right.
Yeah.
Be gentle.
I surrender.
Yeah.
I surrender to you, God. I don't know what this looks like. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what this is supposed to look like.
Yep.
I just surrender this to you, God, and I ask you to take control. And it's an ongoing process to check yourself and be like, is this surrender or is this me trying to control the outcome again for something that I don't even know what the outcome's supposed to look like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
The truth. Man, I'm just so glad that we get to talk about him on a weekly basis. Fortunately, we talk about him daily, but for sure we make time every week to talk about him. And with that said, I wanted to celebrate the fact that we have 5 seasons completed. On season 5, my apologies.
Yeah.
Season 5. After all this, the Lord has allowed us to do 52 episodes, and it was a great walk because at the end of the day, I think we got more out of it than anything else, and that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah,
God,
definitely.
Receive it, right?
Yeah.
So we're in a new season, and it's fitting this is the start of the new year, and it's fitting that we are talking about, going through the process, and that was it. We went through the process, and we're here now. We can look back and be like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because Yusuf knows this, man. Like when we both started this thing, we were like, we don't know what to say. We don't like we're just gonna come in here.
I've done race season.
Yeah.
Maybe season 2 as well.
Yeah. But it was the process. This was definitely a process.
Exactly. And as difficult as the process may be, it's part of the journey because you can't get to season 5 without the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get baptized without going through the process.
Yeah.
Right.
Jesus had to go through a process for our salvation. He didn't skip it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get bored and crucified. He went through the process.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every time I think about that, it's just, he came down to be amongst man, to go through the same pains and trials that we go through, and withstood it all, just to show us how it's done. Taught us how to spread the word and create disciples. And left us. He could have left. He could have left like Elisha. He could have just gone up one day. No. Made sure his blood was shed so the ultimate sacrifice would be done, that no more sacrifice could ever take his place. He went through the process for our sake.
For our sake.
And he didn't have to do anything.
Right.
He promised not to wipe us out again by flood. He could have chose fire. He could have just kept doing different disasters to restart the earth each time, but he said no, not again, because it hurt him to do so.
Yeah, and he made sure he put something physical for us, for us to see it, and to remind himself of it as well.
Right. Rainbow.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I'm grateful for him, and
Yeah,
I may not always show it every day because I do.
of course, man. That's our human flesh, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Serve,
yeah.
serve us no good.
Yeah, yeah,
Other than keep
yeah.
my whole my body inside myself. That's about it. But I'm grateful that we're here, and I'm grateful that
Yeah.
he's put us through the process. And I understand we have to go through processes. Mm, As for our
Mm.
last episode, I'm going through a process right now, and
Hmm.
I'm on crossroads as to what to do next. But I understand there's a process to it, and I'm going to walk through with him. I'm going to follow
Right.
Yeah.
what he's put in front of me already. And if he says
Yeah.
that's not what I meant, change course, then I change course.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's it. Pivot. That's the word for
Yeah.
26. Pivot.
Pivot. See, that's your word. Pivot.
If you don't want to repent, pivot. Turn away. Oh man. But I want to thank you guys again for this great episode. I'm glad to have everyone back. It was a long enough break as it was. I
Yeah.
appreciate you listeners out there. By the way, our audience is growing. I haven't got the full stats, but our audience is growing, and I'm appreciative of it big time.
Yeah.
I've got to double check the numbers though, because I'm getting suspicious. Like, really? It's growing that much? But I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
And in all fairness, we do this from a place of passion, but we're afraid of promoting. So
Yeah. Call me out, Michelle. Go ahead.
no, I'm but you know what? This is a team effort. I'm guilty myself. Look at how many people have been like, "What do you mean you guys do a podcast?" I'm like, I diligently do this every Thursday, every week to happily record, and I love doing this with you guys.
Yeah.
And yet
Yeah.
it's like, and I'll agree, Nate. You know what? I'll be honest with you. It could be the enemy, but the timidity is unnecessary.
Yeah.
But then someone goes, "You're doing a podcast," and they're so excited to listen, but it's like I'm afraid to speak up. So that's going to be a part of, I think, our 2026 our mandate.
Think it more, because I think we're all guilty. I just told my folks.
Yeah.
December.
You just told who?
My folks, my boss, and
Really?
I
just told them. Oh, did I ever tell you guys?
Oh man!
China one day, I was like, oh, I didn't. Oh, here, take a listen.
There, you said that you were getting on me about it, man. Come on, man.
As you creep into season 5, you go by the way.
Oh man, I forgot.
Oh my god,
I forgot all about it. You know why? I think because I've been living a Christ type life in Canada, so I forgot all about the podcast.
Yeah.
And their MacBook browser needs to update, so that's why I haven't been able to play it on system, to be honest.
Man, this man used to have been telling me you gotta tell your folks, and he's old. He just told us.
You got more time than I do, so you got more reasons to do. So,
man.
On that note, thank you all again for this episode. And join us back next week when we have another topic of great conversation. We appreciate you guys coming out. Everyone have a great one.
Yes, take care.
Have a good one.